Hi Year 2, it's Miss White here. Um, this week, well, actually at the beginning of next week, because we have a bank holiday on Friday, you're going to be writing your very own poem in the style of Angelica Sprocket. So what you're going to be doing for this week is building up some plans to help you write your poem. So this is our grid, and just to remind you all that you're aiming for the criteria in the green section, and as a bit of a challenge, you're looking at the criteria in the yellow. Now there's lots here, so please don't worry, because what we're going to be doing is focusing on this over 2 or 3 weeks. So our first week, our biggest focus is going to be on our word choice and our use of alliteration. Now children, you should remember that EMPs stands for expanded noun phrases. That's going to be a focus for next week, so not to worry about that this week. I have started my poem and I have magpied the first 2 lines of the poem, and you can do the same. So I've written that Angelica Sprocket lives next door. Her overcoat has pockets galore. There's a pocket for a crazy cat and another for a happy hat. There's a pocket for a big king and another for a nice diamond ring. Now, what I did before I started writing was I planned some of my rhyming words, and I've put them in a rhyming pattern here, so it's one after the other at the end of the sentence. And then I also tried to get some alliteration in. Now, you're going to have a lesson on alliteration this week. So if you look here, I've got my crazy cat and happy hat. So that's my alliteration. Now, if we actually look back at the web, you'll see here that one of the things we're talking about is the word choice. We want to create a feeling and paint a picture for the reader. Now, I have chosen some quite boring words a bit later on in my poem. The word big, and you all know we don't like this word, the word nice. Now, one of the resources you're going to get this week is a word mat with lots of different adjectives on it, and you can use this to help you when you're editing your poem. So I chose the word big, but if you actually look along this section here, there's lots of synonyms for these kind of words. So I'm actually going to change it from a big king to, I quite like this one, immense. So I'm going to just go back to my poem and I'm going to change it from big to immense. And here, nice, it doesn't really give you a good picture of what the ring looks like. So I'm going to try and have a look on here. We've got here, if we look at objects, now the diamond ring's not going to be filthy, but I quite like, I'm unsure, I'm going to choose either sparkling or gleaming. I think I'll go with sparkling. That really paints a picture for my reader. So I'm going to get rid of that nice and put in sparkling. I'm going to do 2 more lines for you. Oh, now because we've said change it to immense, we must make sure that we use the correct determiner here. It's not a immense, it's an. So my next 2 lines, so I've decided to also rhyme fox and box. Now I'm going to follow the same structure where I talk about the pocket. So I'm going to write here, because the good thing about poetry is that you can use lots of repetition to help with the rhythm of your poem. So there's a pocket for a. Now I'm going to start with the fox. Now I'm a bit unsure about how to describe the fox. Now I can look at the adjectives here. There's some here. But actually this would be a really good chance for me to include a little bit more alliteration. So I'm actually going to go with, there's a pocket for a fantastic fox. So I've chosen a good adjective and I've also got my alliteration here. And now I want to rhyme it with box. Now, I don't want to describe the box as big as well, because that's what we use for the king. So I'm going to have a little look at my word mat again to help me. I could have a small box, couldn't I? So I could say a teeny box, a tiny box. So there's a pocket for a fantastic fox and another for a teeny, now I could do teeny tiny box. Please don't worry too much. I hate saying this, but please don't worry too much about your punctuation when you're writing poetry. Poetry is the one time that actually you can break the rules a little bit with your punctuation. So what you could do is have a really big focus this week on your spellings and your handwriting as well. Now with your spellings, it's important to use your phonics. So try and sound it out using your robot arms. And then if not, you can look over some of our word lists from the spelling lists that are on the website as well. Please keep using letter join to help you with your handwriting. And there is also a phonics section on letter join as well, which will help you. So I'm just going to get my poem back up here. So this is what you're going to be building up to this week, ready to write on the Monday after the bank holiday. So that'll be on the Monday, the 11th of May. If you want to write it before then, that's absolutely fine. But as I say, the plan this week is to really build up our vocabulary. So when we write our poem, we're painting a picture for the reader. We look forward to seeing all of your work again this week, Year 2. Keep sending things in on Dojo and Twitter. And we look forward to seeing your poems.